But it's due today. You haven't even revised. I'm the company heiress. That's not the point.
Stop being selfish.
Huh? Hey, senpai, this is bad. You told me not to get involved.
You're being transferred to another branch next week. Okay, I quit. What? I don't think this company will last much longer. Our company was a little strange. To put it nicely, you had a lot of freedom. To put it badly, you were neglected. Our company president was not the type to give his opinion. They always said, do what you want, even the newbies. Ideas go through and everyone was close. The president wasn't a bad person. They were the type to listen. I don't hate this company, but everything changed when that girl, the company heiress, Shinami Tsunafuji, came in.
Good morning. Shinami, is that the new bag? So cute. What? Can you tell? My daddy bought it for me.
The vibe was cheerful, but that was all fake. Shinami's goons were all scared to make her upset. If you upset her, the hands-off president will come out. Here we go again. My name is Akira Sugimoto, 27. I watched this from my desk in the development department and sighed.
It always feels like that recently. I feel bad for the sales team.
Don't get involved. It'll be a hassle. I responded to my junior, Takahisa Nose. I looked back at my computer. As long as they were in sales, we couldn't avoid them completely.
I got a deal, so good luck.
This happened the other day. She made a reckless deal and threw it at us in the development department.
Wait, we need to do this in this short span of time. You can just stay up all night, can't you? But that'll be a burden on the team. What? If you're the so-called chief of the development department, live up to your name.
In the end, the project was taken care of by Chief Sekiyama herself. Chief Sekiyama, I'll help. Don't carry all this weight on your own.
It's okay, this is nothing.
One instance described every instance. The more Shinami did, the more tired we all got.
Miss Oshikata!
I raised my head. She had called out to Maki Oshikata. She was famous in the sales department. She was beautiful, friendly, and good at her job. She was popular with everyone. Shinami outwardly hated her.
Take care of this, please. Isn't this for the afternoon meeting? Aren't you in charge of... I have a nail appointment, so I can't. But it's due today. You haven't even revised... I'm the company heiress. That's not the point. Why doesn't Uggo like you do work like this?
The air froze. No one spoke. Everyone in the sales department looked away. Pretending not to hear or see was a normal thing, but I couldn't overlook this one. I stood up. Stop being selfish.
Huh? Hey, senpai, this is bad. You told me not to get involved.
That's your job. You can't make other people do it. Also, that statement was just rude.
What the hell? Aren't you in another department? This is none of your business.
It is my business. You're ruining the vibes in the office. Shinami didn't know what to say. I don't think she's ever been scolded so directly before. She glared at me, took her bag, and left the office. The following day, I was called to the president's office. The president looked concerned, and Shinami was next to him. About yesterday, Shinami is hurt. I didn't hurt her, I scolded her. I only stated common knowledge. Shinami looked angry. He held her back. I'm sure you have your reasons, but I'm a father. I can't just overlook my daughter when she's crying. In that moment, I realized something. He wasn't a president anymore. He was just a father spoiling his daughter. You're being transferred to another branch next week. Shinami laughed. I stayed silent for a while before answering. Okay, I quit. What? I've been thinking about it. I don't think this company will last much longer. I said this quietly and left. After that, I submitted my official resignation. A week passed after I used up my PTO and quit. I had another job lined up and was spending a quiet morning for the first time in a while.
Is this Mr. Sugimoto?
I got a call from an unknown number, so I was suspicious, but I heard a nervous and familiar voice. Miss Oshikata?
I'm sorry this is so sudden. Can you help me?
She told me that there was trouble in the sales department. Chinami had not shown up to a big meeting. Plus, she had the final drafts of the meeting documents, and no one could contact her.
The client is coming, but the file for the support tool is all messed up and no one knows what's inside. Didn't you create a sales support tool last time?
I vaguely remembered, so they were using that system. Bring me in remotely.
Huh?
The office will be finished if you leave this.
Thank you.
When I joined the online meeting, the sales department had descended into hell.
I can't open the data. Where's the image? We still can't find Shinami.
I saw them yelling on the screen and directed them. Please open the third section in the shared folder. The data is backed up automatically there. I'll explain how to salvage the data from there, so please do as I say.
Mr. Sugimoto, thank you. Still,
I heard them say they found usable data, so I tried to leave, but Maki stopped me. It wasn't for you.
but if we need to rely on someone who quit, we're done for, aren't we?
Well, kinda. We laughed weakly.
Why are you talking to Sugimoto?
I heard Shinami's shrill voice through the screen. She had finally shown up to work.
You contacted him without asking? You're exceeding your authority.
She's not. It was a group decision. The team almost fell apart because you ran away. Am I wrong? Shinami fell silent. Everyone in the screen was silent, and I could tell they were looking at me. Also, I'm an outsider now. You can't tell me what to do anymore. I hung up. A few minutes later, I got a message from Maki.
That felt kinda good.
I laughed a little. Since then, I started talking to Maki more. At first, it was about work, but slowly, we talked about more random topics.
You seem like you're having fun after you quit.
A month later, we were close enough to go out to eat together. Because things are better than before. People don't yell at my current company.
I guess that's normal at any other company. Lately, more people have been crying in the sales department. Someone else might quit.
Why don't you quit?
You say it like it's easy. Running away takes courage.
Escaping from a sinking ship is just instinct. In that moment, Maki's phone rang. Her face froze as soon as she saw the screen.
It's Shinami.
Can you just not answer it? Maki picked up the phone like she was afraid.
Miss Oshikata, why did you finish the revisions I asked for? You left on time today, didn't you? I have to go to a company dinner. I'm sorry. It seemed like it'd be fine to finish tomorrow. Huh. You're so useless.
It's after hours. She was yelling so loudly that her voice was leaking through. I took the phone and interrupted. She stopped for a moment.
Huh?
Miss Oshikata is off the clock. Don't push your work onto her.
Huh? Why are you there?
Coincidence.
Creep.
I hung up. I gave back the phone to a shocked Maki. I'm sorry for answering, but aren't you at your wit's end?
Yes. I want to quit.
Maki smiled weakly. She didn't say much, but there was a heavy weight in her words.
I quit.
2 weeks later, this message arrived. The company fought it when she turned in her resignation. I heard that Shinami threw a fit.
The sales team won't run if you quit. You're so irresponsible.
But Maki didn't bend. I treated her out to dinner to celebrate her quitting. She smiled shyly.
I talked back for the first time. I said, I'm not working for you.
Wow, I can't believe you said that.
My legs were shaking though.
How about the president?
He's still spoiling his daughter. He tried to stop me, but it was too late. I can say this now because I quit, but the dev department was in chaos after you quit too. They said there are too many projects that other people couldn't handle.
I looked down. I caused trouble for Chief Sekiyama.
But it's strange.
What is?
I quit and and I don't have my next job lined up, but I feel like I have more of a future now.
Her face was more relaxed than it was at work. I looked at her face and thought about it. That company had become one that breaks people. It used to be a good company. It was quiet between us. We ate our meals in silence until I thought of something. You haven't started job hunting yet? Want to try our place? I was working at an IT startup. I remembered our president saying we didn't have enough salespeople. I'm sure they'd welcome someone good like Maki. Maki looked lost, but the words spilled out of her.
Maybe I'll try it.
2 years later, Maki and I had gotten close enough to visit each other's homes. Maki was at my house this day when the doorbell rang. My bad. Can you get that? I can't step away.
Okay.
I was preparing our dinner for the evening, so I had Maki answer the door. I heard an unexpected voice from the door. I rushed over in disbelief. Mr. Tsunafuji and Shinami? It was Mr. Tsunafuji and Shinami as I had guessed, but they looked quite different from the way I remembered them. Please, Sugimoto, come back.
Please help us.
They had used the address they had on file to come. The main system is about to fail. There's been error after error with our big clients, and the office is in chaos. I looked at them silently. Honestly, the place was falling apart a lot later than I thought it would.
Should I leave?
No, stay here. You have a right to hear this. I invited them inside. What do you want? We needed to do it, so we fixed the main system. It was a small revision, but those overlapped. Things started getting tangled. At first, it was a small issue, but before I knew it, it had blown up. No matter who I ask, they mention your name. As you know, I don't know technology. That's why I left that to you guys. But even Sekiyama couldn't deal with this. Chief Sekiyama, so she hasn't quit yet. That's why the fall came later than I thought. She must have been carrying everything. Sekiyama doesn't know everything about the system. Of course, I created that system. We all had a lot of freedom, but that meant we started relying on certain people. But the company didn't take care of its employees. It was clearer than day that things would end. Come back. There are too many things that only you know. I'll pay you however much. I decline.
Huh? It's your fault that the company... Akira's fault. That's not right. You two are the ones that destroyed the company.
Maki had been quiet. Shinami gulped. Mr. Tsunafuji started speaking. There's no other way. The clients are starting to ask for breach of contract. We'll go under. So it's come this far. I didn't care about them at all, but I thought about it and sighed. I have 2 demands. First, please submit a formal work request to my current company. I'll prioritize this. Next, do not let Shinami be a part of this.
What? I'm a co-president candidate.
That's why this fell apart.
What?
As long as there's someone who causes chaos in the workplace, we cannot rebuild. If you can't understand that, please leave. Shinami tried to say something back, but Mr. Tsunafuji stopped her. Shinami?
But Daddy...
Shut up. It was the first time Mr. Tsunafuji had yelled at Shinami. I understand, I promise. I won't let Shinami get involved, so please. I closed my eyes for a moment. Truthfully, I didn't want to get involved. But in the back of my mind, I saw my teammates who had stayed. It wouldn't feel good to see them fall too. Okay, I accept. Thank you. A few days later, I entered the old nest as an outsider. I hadn't seen the office in a while, but it was completely different. The vibes were terrible. No one was smiling. The desks were a mess with papers stacked everywhere. People were yelling in the sales department.
Senpai, you actually came back?
Temporarily. So, how's the situation?
Terrible. The system sync errors won't stop. The client data is starting to corrupt too.
What's the cause?
We don't know.
Figures, I thought as much. This system had been added to and revised over and over to fit workplace needs. Even though I knew it inside and out, it would be tough to pinpoint the cause.
I'm sorry. Even though I'm here,
Chief Sekiyama came up to us. She looked tired. Chief, I didn't leave any proper documents.
That was the work culture, so it's okay. Honestly, we didn't have the bandwidth anyway.
Chief Sekiyama's smile looked tired. I asked her something I was curious about. Why didn't you quit?
There are still people here. I'm a supervisor, so I'm responsible for them. And he spoils his daughter like crazy. But the president has taken good care of me since I was young.
She didn't have to stay with him until this place went under, but I think she wanted to repay her debts. I couldn't understand it. I started investigating the problem. First, the server logs.
I already shared permissions.
As expected, the log was a mess because of the overlapping revisions. But I was able to see that the fixes were focused on the branches and not the roots. I could find the cause in about a day.
How did you quit?
The employees started gathering around me while I was working. Everyone looked like they were at their wits' end. How? I just turned in my resignation.
But weren't you afraid? Yeah, there's no guarantee you'll find another job.
Everyone nodded. Switching jobs, changing environments, income, career. What if you fail? The more responsible you are, the more afraid you are of things getting worse. It was a mystery to me why people stayed at a company like this, but I finally understood. They were scared of things getting worse.
Also, the project will end if I leave now. Sales is the same. My juniors aren't trained yet, and we don't have enough people. So I thought quitting would be selfish.
The air felt heavier. Everyone felt the same way. Selfish? Is that all your responsibility, though?
Huh?
It's the company's responsibility to make sure it can run if people quit. It's not ours. There's no need for us to put our lives on the line for something that was destroyed by management. Work isn't life. There's no need to sink with a sinking ship. You should prepare your escape, make a resume, and sign up for job sites. I'll take care of the problem and make time for you all. This was the reason I accepted the job this time, to tell everyone this. So make your escape. In that moment, several people looked like a weight was lifted off of them. It was like someone told them for the first time that they could quit. I heard you're telling people things you don't need to. After I scoped out the cause of the issue, I was called out to the president's office. Poaching is illegal. That's not it. I'm just telling them how it is. I'm not trying to poach them for my company. Why do you do that? Didn't you come here to help this company rebuild? Sadly, it's too late. All I can do is make time for everyone to make their escape. That's not true. We can keep going. By overworking your employees? Ugh. Mr. Tsunafuji, you're blinded by your love for your daughter. That caused the system to fall apart. No, my daughter has nothing to do with it. My daughter? No, that's the root cause of it all.
Why don't you stop now, sir?
We heard a knock, but Chief Sekiyama entered without receiving permission. Chief?
Is this the free company that you were trying to build?
Well...
Why don't you set everyone free? Let's start over. If you're up for it.
Ugh. When she was young, she quit her job because of her boss and was aimless. She was picked up by Mr. Tsunafuji, who was trying to build a company where even young employees can be free. That's why she stayed with him and didn't quit.
We can create a beautiful company. I started working here because I believed that. This company was very freeing up until recently. The vibes were good and the young people were allowed to give their opinions. Everyone had their strengths and worked independently. People were promoted for skill, not age. I became a manager in my early 30s. This was all because you listened to us and let us do our thing, but since your daughter came in, you prioritized her. You mixed business with personal and came into our workplace and spoiled your daughter. This company is no longer the place I longed for.
Oh.
Thank you for today. Sugimoto, I'll take care of the rest with him.
Okay, I'll be off then. For about a week, Chief Sekiyama, Nose, and I fixed the system. After fulfilling my promise, Mr. Tsunafuji gave me a weak thank you and apology. In the end, the company lasted 3 months after that. The employees kept quitting.
Daddy, this time it's Yamamoto from accounting.
I see.
I don't want us to go under. If I'm not an heiress, no one will give me attention.
Mr. Tsunafuji decided to fold. He discussed with his main bank to organize the assets. But he was left with some debt and had to file for bankruptcy. He was still taking care of Chinami. He felt responsible as her parent. Meanwhile, Maki and I were walking together after work. I heard the company went under.
I heard from a friend who was in the sales department. Everyone apologized to me. They said they were sorry they didn't help me with Chinami that one time.
No matter how much you complain, at the end of the day, the most important thing is yourself. I learned that there aren't so many people that can move without fear. It affects your life, so it makes sense.
I wonder if everyone was able to find a new start.
I'd like to believe that, but that's up to them.
You seem like you don't care, but you really do.
That's not true.
I want us to find a good new start too.
Maki showed me her left hand and smiled. The engagement ring I had given her was on there. After I finished the job, I had proposed to Maki. After I had quit that day, I never imagined a future like this.
But I'm glad you said something that day.
It's important to have a sense of responsibility, but you shouldn't mix up the responsibility of the company with your own.
I felt like you saved me that day.
You're exaggerating. I couldn't really do anything in the end.
No, I'm not. If that day didn't happen, I probably would still be a broken person at that company.
Let me make this promise here. I promise to protect, love, and bring happiness to her and our future children.
Oof, I feel that. Sometimes it's like you might like the people, but the company is just horrible, so it's really hard to just up and quit like that. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time. Bye!